Hey everyone, and welcome back to year two. Just a quick little video for you here to get your blog set up and ready for the year ahead. To try and keep it as simple as possible this time. Some of you were very good at blogging, but they got a little bit messy towards the end of your first year. So we're going to totally streamline it. I'm looking at a very empty blog here that is just after the setup for the first year's blog, but just imagine this is yours. It's very busy. We're going to declutter it. So the structure is going to be done entirely using pages. So do take a minute or two to refamiliarize yourself with the dashboard and stuff. But really, for the sake of this, I'm only interested in this pages section. You may or may not have used them in your first year. It doesn't really matter either way. It's fine having them all if they're there. If not, don't worry about it. We're going to be adding 4 new ones just to subcategorize all of your work for the year. We're going to have an emerging technologies page. So let's make that now. So hit add new page. Don't worry about a template too much and just call it emerging technologies. And this is basically going to be a dump for all of your work that's going towards your emerging technology essay. So this should help you structure your research, dig into some topics, source things as well so you can refer back to it for your Harvard referencing. And then when you're told to do certain bits in lessons around blogging, that will go on this page. For now, it is literally just, let's call it a placeholder for emerging tech work, and publish that. Amazing. Okay, so that is emerging technologies, and we just go back. There it is. Add another one. So we are also going to have a case study page. So make a case study page. Again, this will just be a placeholder for now. And this is going to, I can't type. This is going to store all of your kind of research and revision for your case study exam that is part of year 2. Quite a heavy chunk of that comes from practical experience, but we do want you to reflect on that in your notes, in your blog, in your exam preparation, because obviously your exams are important towards your qualification, as you found in year 1. So please do listen specifically to Matt for this one. You're going to be doing a lot of that content with him. Publish, publish. Go back. So there's 2 of the 4. Let's add another one. This is going to be your first big project. This is going to be Imagined Worlds. And this will be a placeholder for Imagined Worlds work. Imagined, there is a D there. So many students drop that D and I don't know why. I don't know if we've got a typo somewhere, but you're making an imagined world. And that's your first big group project. That's the one that gives you the experience before you go into the synoptic. It sort of gives you a chance to mess it up because you're probably not all too aware of just how long group projects take. You will have a few months on this one to figure all of that out, go through pre-production, project management in general, communication, which is really important, and obviously build a nice end result as well. So we do expect to see a lot of that in this post. You'll be directed to it by members of staff in lessons as well. So let's publish that so it's ready. I didn't mean to hit that button, but never mind. We're back on the pages chunk. So we've got 3. Let's add the 4th one, and this is the big one. This is your synoptic project, and that's your big formally assessed group project that won't start until after Christmas, but it's nice to be there. We might as well have this blog ready to go. So this will be a long-term placeholder for the synoptic project, and this will be a very, very big page by the time you're done with that project. You'll be redirected to this page quite often after sessions, after little meetings with your teachers or your team. You should be putting in subheadings with dates, and you'll be putting assessment targets in there in terms of like initials for units and things like that, just so that when it gets to the end of the year and the external examiner is in, it's very, very obvious what you've done towards the synoptic project. So let's just publish that one and nip back here, just make sure we've got the 4. So that is emerging technologies, case study, imagined worlds, synoptic project. From there, we're going to structure that so that that appears in a menu on your blog page. So at the moment, if I just quickly flick back to my home page, I've actually got the first year subjects there. So I'm going to delete this menu and replace it with those new 4. So what you need to go to is the design section, so make sure that's expanded, and then go to customize. This is different per theme as well, so a lot of you stylized your blogs. Do dig around to make sure you find in the menus section. So we want to add a menu in there. I've got my main menu currently, which is these first year pages, but I'm going to create a new one. Let's just identify this as year 2 menu. And we want it to be the primary menu, so it's going to overrule this one. These first year pages for me will disappear soon. Hit next, and then we want to add items to it. So hit add items, and we just want to add those 4 pages we've just made. Probably best to do them in the order they're going to land as well. So you're going to start your case study and your emerging technologies very early on. So let's add those, then your imagined world, and finally your synoptic project. There we go, we've got 4 of them. I'm going to publish that. That should update itself. There we go. So that is now what the front page of my blog would look like. And if I just close this off, view that blog as a member of the public would. So this is how it would appear to the examiner, and they can come along at the end of the year and just go, okay, I want to see what Jimmy here has done for his synoptic project. Click there. And everything you do for your synoptic project that you want crediting for should be on this page. That's how simple we're making the blog this year. You'll be prompted to edit these pages very, very often. Please do take it on yourself to do more. And just to say, don't stop posting normal work as well. So you can still use the posts feature. You posted quite heavily through your first year, so please do keep up with that. If you make a piece of work that's not necessarily for your case study, your emerging tech, your imagined world, or your synoptic, it might just be a nice little side project. It could be a piece of portfolio work, something you're doing for a university application. Please, please, please do post it on your blog. It's nice to see you doing extra stuff, going the extra mile, and then anything else that you do in college that doesn't necessarily fit into those 4 categories can still be a post onto your blog. So please keep doing that. We will check those as well. Always good to see. But that's it. Base structure, 4 pieces. They are your final assessments before you leave us for the wider world. Okay, thanks.